by Charles Hawtrey and the Deaf Aids.
On October 15th of this year, I listened to the Let It Be Deluxe Edition album for the first time. And I have some opinions, some notes, and things I want to discuss about the album. So today, dive into my review of Let It Be Super Deluxe. So the box set had a total of 5 albums into one. The new remastered version of the 1970 Let It Be, Outtakes, Studio Banner, the never before heard Glen Johns mix, and some other stuff thrown in there. Now this is gonna go with a 3-part series that will go up on Disney Plus this November, and you can bet I'm making a video on that. Now the first thing I want to discuss about the album is... Now in my opinion, this is a beautiful remaster of the songs. I don't want to go too in-depth about the remasters of the album songs because I'm not good at discussing those things, but I will say the remasters are really pleasing and not horrible whatsoever, in my opinion. The album starts off with Two of Us, which I've always thought was a weird choice to start off the album like that. It then goes into Dig a Pony, and then one of my favorite Beatles songs of all time, Across the Universe. Then I Me Mine, Dig It, and the title track Let It Be. And side 1 ends with Maggie May. A song is somehow catchy, but it's a studio jam and the vocals aren't pleasing. Then side 2 starts off with I've Got a Feeling, and then one after 909, The Long and Winding Road, a beautiful ballad, For You Blue. Then the album ends with Get Back, a great album end for the album. Overall, this part of the box set is amazing, but next I'm gonna talk about... As you could guess, the outtakes are basically just studio chat. Different takes of songs, speeches, and other tidbits. Like how the first outtake on the album starts off with Ringo giving a good morning to the camera.
Morning everybody. Another bright day. Morning camera.
Now personally, I love outtakes a lot more than I think I should. I just love different versions of some of my favorite songs sometimes, and what it could have sounded like. And now this next discussion is gonna get pretty long, and that is my look at... The Glen Johns mix starts off with One After 909, which is one of the best intros to a Beatles album in my opinion. The song also ends with a splice clip from the rooftop performance.
Mo.
Also, this song is just in general a catchy rocker. Also, coincidentally, the next song after One After 909 is called Rocker. I don't really get this one, but I like it, it's catchy. After the next song is Don't Let Me Down, which is one of the best songs that came out of the whole sessions in my opinion. It then seamlessly blends into Dig a Pony, which I should mention that almost all these songs either crossfade or bleed into each other. After Dig a Pony is I've Got a Feeling, another amazing song from these sessions. It then goes into Get Back, which strangely has a lot of reverb in it. I don't know why, it just has reverb in the background, which I thought was interesting. It also doesn't end with a crossfade, which I thought was weird considering all the other songs. Then For You Blue starts off with some ice cubes, and a false start. Oh, and look, more reverb in the background. Overall, I think this is a good supporting song in my opinion. It's a good song, it's just overshadowed by Get Back, I've Got a Feeling, Across the Universe, stuff like that. Next up after For You Blue is Teddy Boy. This song's intro threw me off a little bit, but it's a nice little ditty. I wouldn't rank it above most of the other songs on Glen Johns' mix, but it's a nice catchy acoustic song. But it mostly felt too long. The next song then blends into Two of Us. I like the song, not much to talk about it other than having reverb in this mix. It still feels too long, and is generally a decent song. It then goes into Maggie May, which is the exact same version you hear on the original Let It Be. This is just a studio jam that is somehow catchy. It also ends with the fade out, which again is interesting in this mix. Then it goes into the full version of Dig It, where on Let It Be it's only 40-something seconds, this one is a whole 4 minutes. Also, if you didn't know, all 4 Beatles wrote the song. It then blends into the beautiful track Let It Be, which I don't need to talk about. If you don't like Let It Be, you're kind of a psycho. But this version I could barely listen to with all the reverb. If you haven't heard the amount of reverb on this song, go listen to it. It's incredible how much reverb they put on it. They also use the more clean and mellow guitar solo for the song instead of the raunchy solo in the original version. If you want to learn more about the solo, you can check YouCan on here. This is video about it. Link in the description. It then goes into a beautiful piano ballad, The Long and Winding Road, which for me just gives a lot of nostalgia. It also has a lot of reverb like Let It Be, so that lowered my liking of this mix a little bit more. Then the Glen Johns mix ends with Get Back reprise, which is basically Get Back, it fades in, Paul McCartney laughs and makes weird sounds and then fades out, for a total length of 40 seconds. Overall, the Glen Johns mix was really good, and the final thing I want to talk about with this box set is the EP has 4 songs. The Glen Johns mix of Across the Universe, which is amazing. The Glen Johns mix of I Me Mine, which is also amazing. Don't Let Me Down single version, and Let It Be single version 2021 mix. Now personally I love Across the Universe, so starting off with this was a great choice in my books. Also, this version of Across the Universe is very strange in my opinion. It's not better, but not worse than the Across the Universe we all know and love. Next is I Me Mine, which whenever I hear it makes me think of winter, which is convenient because the Get Back sessions were recorded in winter. This is also a pretty decent song. The last 2 songs are songs which I've already talked about, except one is a 2021 mix and one is the single version of the song. So it's time to give my final review of this whole box set. This was a tough call to review, but I'm gonna give this a 10. The reason I say this was a tough call is because in my first review this was a 9. But the more I listened to the songs, the more I loved them, and pushed me into giving this album a 10. What do you guys think of this whole box set? Sound off in the comments, and if you think I missed something, let me know in the comments as well. And with that out of the way, I will see you all next week.